the laughs, the drama, the herb. Some people say it's just RP, but we all know it isn't. I've gotten so many people banned. I'm a bona fide admin. Whether you like me, love me, or hate the king, you know I speak the truth. This is where we say the quiet parts out loud. This is Going OOC with OTT. Alrighty then. Yeah. First time you've seen that? You like the intro? That was all Lynx, man. Lynx is the man. So let me see here. Gang update. So I was in a call on, was it Friday? Yeah, Friday after I was done streaming, like after dinner time. Myself, Ravage, one of the devs, and Smooth was there. And I gave a whole bunch of feedback on sort of some of the issues that are going on in the server right now. And then also they showed us what was coming for the update, for the gang update. I'm not going to spoil anything because I was actually towards the end of the conversation. I asked Ravage when the trailer was coming out, and he insinuated it was going to be like maybe today or tomorrow. And today's Monday, so it could be today or tomorrow. Because I was going to record a song for the trailer, but I literally had like 24 hours to do it. So I was like, no, that ain't happening. So I would expect the trailer to come out in very soon. And once the trailer is out, then when it shows sort of the things that are in there, I can talk more about them, I think. I think it'll be safer then. But I don't really want to spoil all of the stuff. I don't think really much of anything is leaked. Yeah, we went over a ton of things. The biggest, well, for one, the update. So people have been asking, like, people have been asking, does it look good or anything like that? And I can honestly say, it looks good. It looks really good. I can honestly say that. No, my thing is I think it's going to be released on next Monday is what I'm hearing. I didn't get a for sure answer. It's done. So the whole thing is finished. It's just right now they're programming in the rewards. So that's pretty much the only thing left to do. Like everything is working. Everything is good. I'm going to be at some point this week. I think I'm going to be in the dev server testing out the mechanics and giving feedback. I don't know exactly what day that's happening, but yeah, it is done. In fact, they showed me it. Like they were inside and showed me what the stuff looked like. You guys know I'm a very pessimistic. I don't know. Yeah, I think I could say pessimistic. I always have my, like, I don't get overly hyped, right? Because I understand I've been let down so many times in like RP space with updates and stuff like that, that like my expectations are always small. If I had to rate it between 1 and 10, I would say from a gang update, from what I've seen, I'd give it a 9. I'd give it a 9. If I had to go like on the low end, an 8, but I would say a 9 from what I've seen. Now here is the big part that needs to be addressed is it looks fucking cool, but Prodigy has the bad habit of implementing great ideas very poorly. So even in the call, I said, this looks fucking awesome. It's all about how you implement it and how it's delivered, right? Like if it works, there's a lot of mechanics. If it works, fucking amazing. But if it's broken and things are not tuned correctly and whatnot, like it can be, it could be a shiny turd. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not getting that vibe. They've clearly listened to a lot of feedback on what criminals have been saying, and I actually think there's one thing in particular. I mean, I guess I'll do a little bit of a spoil. Nothing crazy. There's one thing in particular that you can put inside your home that I think is fire. I think it's so fucking cool. And I haven't seen anything like that in any other server. Like visually, everything, it looks pretty fucking cool. So I'll say that. I'll give you that little nugget. There is going to be a lot of PvP. Yeah, for sure. No, definitely. This is not something that you release in pieces. No, this is definitely not something that you release in pieces. Talk about how they're going to attract more gangs. I think that this update is going to attract a lot more gangs. The problem, and I mean, I spoke about it, and I don't want to say too much. Like, I'm not gonna talk about specifics that we had discussed, because I'm a firm believer that, like, when you talk about something in private, it's private, So I'm not gonna say what they said, but I did bring up. I did bring up Prestige. I did bring up NoPixel. I brought up some of the challenges that Prodigy is going to face in the very near future, and the importance of how important this gang update is going to be. That yeah. Oh yeah, the 4 is going away here. I think really at the gang update, you're going to be able to use 5 people again. That's what I'm gathering. That much I can say. Yeah. There's some other things as well that are going to be changed. I know some things are being changed with the radio. I think I'm clear to say that. I don't think that's a big spoil. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it's been a delicate thing, because Prodigy is in a really make or break point now. If they continue, and again, I'm not saying this again. This has nothing to do with our conversation, by the way. So I don't want you to think like they said anything about this part. This is my own thoughts that I'm saying right now. Prodigy is in a very, very pivotal moment, because if Prodigy continues to run the way that it's running right now, the server isn't going to last, in my opinion. Or it may last, but it won't be a profitable server, right? I mean, I don't know how much money they're making off of the assets that they sell and stuff. I mean, they cannot be like swimming in it. I mean, how many people are making GTA servers on the regular, right? The server's just not full. When the server's not full, they don't make money with Prio. If they don't make money in Prio, how do they pay their devs? How do they pay their, how does Ravage get paid and all that other stuff? It's not my place. I don't know. Maybe I'm sure there's contracts and things, but on the other side, it doesn't matter if Loaded owns it or whatever. Whoever owns the server and makes all the calls, they're not going to want to just burn money to burn money. Like, they're just not going to set money on fire and continuously, be at a deficit every single month, right? They'll do that for seasons, of course, right? Like, that's part of business. You have hot months and slow months and things like that. But, you're not going to, you're just not going to continue to go on for a year or 2 years burning money, right? So there's that. NoPixel 5 is coming out. GTA 6 is coming out. And although I don't think NoPixel 5 really hurts Prodigy right away, I mean, clearly it's going to hurt the streamers because they're going to lose viewership to go and watch Prodigy and kind of see what they've built and that sort of stuff. But at this stage, right, because NoPixel is like invite only, beta testing their server or whatever, it's not like there's going to be many people from Prodigy, if any at all. They're going to be invited to go play on that server. From like a player standpoint, I think Prodigy will be fine, at least for a while until NoPixel kind of opens up. But from a streamer standpoint, the streamers are going to take a hit. And who knows what that's going to do to them, right? Like mentally, are they going to stream as much? Are they going to start dabbling with other things? GTA 6 comes out. A lot of people are going to play the campaign. I'm more concerned with GTA 6 than I am with other servers at this point. But what I'm trying to say is Prodigy has one shot at this. Like, I actually believe they've already burned almost all their other outs, right? If we're playing baseball right now, they are one strike away, in my opinion, of being out and losing the game. Like, that's how for serious I think shit is right now. Doesn't mean that the server's going to disappear in a next month or whatever. I don't think that's the case at all. But what is going on here with my microphone? That's weird. But I do fear that if they don't get this right, I don't think there's going to be another opportunity. You can't go and make, Prodigy 4.5. The last 3 months have been basically a write-off. Like, everybody's pretending like they're having a good time, and even that's hard to do, right? So, like, this is it. This is it. Spanish and Europe servers are always packed to the brim. That's probably most of their income. Yeah, I don't know. I could not tell you. I'm sure that there's still money being made, but if Prodigy can't afford, and again, this has nothing to do with the conversations I've had with them. I don't want anybody to spin anything because I'm just speaking me to you. Right? There's no underlining things. I'm not going off of what somebody told me. But my guess is if they can't afford to keep paying devs, right? Or if they feel like it's just not worth. The streamers are just going to get bored and they're going to move on, right? And at the end of the day, the real streamers that they have to keep happy is Changang. Like, that's like, if Changang is not happy with the state of the server and if they feel like they can't make the content that they need to make to entertain their audience, and rightfully so, then they're gonna fuck off, right? And they're gonna go and play on other servers, or they'll go wherever, right? And to where that they can make their content. Because without Changang, Prodigy's dead. Like, I know this, everybody knows this, right? It's over. The Spanish side and whatnot, whatever. Like, they're fine. But I'm talking about, the whitelisted English-speaking server. It's done. It's over. So I think as long as I feel like if they can implement this update right, I think they can buy themselves probably 3 months before they're going to have to do some sort of like blitz of content. From what I've seen, I think that this type of content is going to be good for about 3 months. And again, I still don't know what's going to happen when GTA 6 comes out. You think it'll be enough to pull some players back that left Prestige? The only way I see that happening is if Prodigy decides to unban some key members that got banned off Prodigy. So, I mean, this update, from what I've seen, is from like a gang standpoint, there's going to be more to do and sink your teeth in than, and again, I don't know Prestige very well, but if I had to guess, it's going to be more than what Prestige and NoPixel was combined. From like shit to do. And consistently. So, like, I mean, from like literal gang standpoint, like shit that gangs can do. NoPixel 3.0. I would say NoPixel 3. It rivals NoPixel 3.0, but NoPixel 4.0 from like a gang standpoint, and the things that gangs can do. With that being said, I mean, I don't want to overhype it, because with that being said, it's fully dependent on how it's implemented, and I can also see a chunk of this update getting very monotonous and stale. A chunk of it. But there's one big core part of it that I think will never get stale. Well, I shouldn't say never. That has the ability to wake up and have things to fight over and to have conflict with and to role play around. That in and itself will do well. But again, it all depends on what gangs are around, who's around in those gangs. One thing that I did say to Ravage is I think Ravage needs to put more responsibility on gang leaders in general, because I feel like, and again, I already can see the comment sections now, and if you want to go out and say a gang's name that I'm trying to insinuate, then maybe you should look inward, and then maybe, you're just saying the quiet part out loud, right? Maybe there's truth to what you're saying. I don't even have to fucking say it, but, you already know what's up, so it is what it is. I think that Ravage needs to put the vice grip around the nutsack of all the gang leaders and hold them accountable for the dumb shit that they're allowing happen in their gangs, right? You cannot control what people do. And you should not be held responsible for what 1 or 2 dipshits are doing randomly. You can't police that. But if you allow certain types of people, if you allow certain types of behavior, if you partake, and more importantly, if you turn a blind eye to things that you know is happening, then you should be held responsible as a gang leader. Period. Because I believe that gang leaders should be the first line of almost being an admin without being an admin to say, hey, guys, chill the fuck out. Don't do it this way. Do it this way. Right? Some leaders do that very well. Other leaders are part of the problem. Right? And I think that when this update happens, there's going to be more gangs that are going to come out of the woodwork. You're going to have a bunch of fly-in arena people that are going to come in and do the thing, which by all means, go for it. But these new gangs, they're going to have to be held responsible. Because if you're just going to have some sort of fucking arena shitlord, some monotone Andy fuck that's going to come into the server, and bring all of his boys in, and there's going to be a whole bunch of fucking fuckery going on, it's a bunch of power gaming, metagaming, all this other nonsense, then they just got to be held responsible. That's what I think, personally. Not everybody's going to agree with that, but I just think it's better that way. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for the update. It'll, by the looks of it, make me want to wake up a little bit more than what I have been, because it's been. But again, something tells me, even with all of this, I'm not sure how much it's going to do for the population of the server, because at this point, what Prodigy did is Prodigy listened to the issues that a lot of the streamers were having and the people that have been around for a long time. They listened to us, and in doing so, they removed like 80% of the gangs in the server. And in doing so, there isn't many gangs left. There are some kind of popping up again. I'm hearing a wave of people got unbanned, that sort of stuff. But like, Prodigy tried to become a roleplay server, and yes, it's an RP server, but let's be real here. Prodigy is a content arena server. It just is. And I know we don't like saying that and whatever, but like, let's just be real with each other here. You got to look yourself in the mirror sometimes and realize that, like, hey, this is just our reality. And that's just it. Problem is they banned the vast majority of the fucking cancer on the server, essentially. If I have to, it was infecting the server. But in doing so, it made the server dead. So they're just in a spot here, and reality is sunk in that people don't actually want a role play server. They want the arena server, right? The viewers want it. Even the RPers want it, even though they don't want it. So like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I don't think Prodigy bodes well on being an RP first server. I think their strength is their dev work and the fact that they have CG on their server, and those two things combined has attracted the public. But the thing is all the majority of the respected role players, like the ones that are like role playing, the majority of them people aren't on Prodigy, and that's okay. And let's be real, even those people are far few in between on any server at this point. Let's just keep it a buck. There ain't many of them left. I don't even consider myself one of those people. I come on to make content, dude. This is that simple. This ain't Red Dead. So, you know, my thing is I like the PvP. I like the fighting, right? I think I do my best stuff when I'm in conflict and I can talk shit and I can play a character that's like full of himself and talk shit and that sort of stuff. I enjoy that, right? I do enjoy that. But what I don't enjoy is I just don't enjoy the riffraff that comes through and just does anything and everything to win, and the power gaming shit and the metagaming shit and the cheating shit. That sort of stuff I don't like. But like I've come to realize that that's just 5M, dude. It's just 5M. It is what it is. And the thing is if Prodigy continues to keep banning all these bad apples, there ain't nobody gonna fucking play on the server. I mean, obviously the really bad apples gotta go. I mean, they just gotta go. It's just, it is what it is. But I mean, fuck me. Mateo said half the players are CG fans / CG haters. I don't even think that there's that many CG haters in Prodigy, right? I think that there's been an influx of CG hate through Prodigy simply because Rated decided to make Randy again and make a gang, and you know he didn't get invited back to CG or whatever, and you know Gio also the same deal. That's where I think a lot of that combative stuff happened. It's a CG server through and through. I mean, this time last year, CG barely got any hate at all, right? If you went up against CG, you got your shit pushed in, not only in character, but you also got it pushed in via OOC, right? There was none of this other. It was either you're on their side or you're against them. It's really that simple. That's the way it felt, right? So, you know, it is what it is. So I think the majority of the CG stuff is manufactured from the Bloodline community, right? Like even when I'm fighting Bloodline, they had bots in my channel spamming hate towards me, like literal bots in my channel spamming hate about me and my gang and stuff on their behalf, right? I'm not saying it's the streamers doing it. I don't think it's the streamers doing it at all, but it's the community. If it's the community, if Randy was invited back to CG, it'd be a totally different vibe. Totally. So, but anyway, I don't want to talk about Bloodline too much because I already know people go, oh, they can't get Bloodline. Dude, I don't give a fuck about Bloodline, bro. I just fought them. It wasn't even toxic. Like, what is the community bitching about, dude? I didn't crash out on anybody. It was whatever. And there was some fuck shit that went on during that as well that I didn't even make a big deal out of. I just kept it moving. So, cry more. Couldn't give a fuck. Oh, well, why, thank you. What else we got here? They can't risk banning people due to the server count. I think they can. I mean, clearly, if you've got bad people on your server, you got to get rid of them, dude. I'm sorry. Well, the thing is drama is what Prodigy's content is at this point, sadly, right? That's just what it is, right? It's to the point where manufactured drama happens when there's no real, like, there's times where drama happens and it's not even it's like something so small gets turned into whatever, right? And unfortunately right now, Bloodline community, they are posting up clips and taking things and are trying to make every little thing that CG says or that I say and blowing it up to be something, to being something bigger than what it really is. And, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is, dude. I lose zero sleep over any of it, by the way. I couldn't give a fuck. Like, it is what it is. Yeah, every community has bad apples, bro. They all have bad apples. It's just like right now, the Bloodline with who's there, like, think about it, right? You had Gio who is, and again, this isn't me attacking. You had Gio who was sitting on the fence for a while between ESB and CG. It was back and forth stuff. You realize that CG doesn't want him around. You've got Rated, who controversially was allowed to play on the server to begin with. People kind of kept their mouths shut and didn't make a whole big deal out of it because he was playing cop. We all know what it's like when he plays criminal. He says that he's changed. I haven't seen that, but hey, that's me. He now goes and makes a gang. Cool, do your thing. He's now playing a crim. That crim then grabs Taco and Curtis from CG, who, again, are the overlords of the whole server. Let's be real here. There's already some weird stuff going on between Gio and them with that whole thing that was going on. And now you're bringing in... Dude, how can you expect there? And then obviously now Bloodline wants to be their thing. They want to be respected. They want to do their thing. You know, their back is up against the wall to a degree. They've got something to prove, right? They've got to defend themselves. And it turns into this thing, right? And then you've got me. You got me that'll say all the quiet parts out loud. I don't give a fuck. Couldn't care, right? Kevin ain't going to go on stream and say this stuff. You know, Shots ain't going to go and say, Rami ain't going to go and say, they might say some things, but they're not going to say the shit. And even me, I'm not even fucking saying everything. I'm not even saying everything, right? Out of respect. But, like, I see why the Bloodline community are the way that they are, right? And look at the streamers that are in the community. A lot of them are vocal. You know, there's some controversial stuff. There, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's charged. And then, you know, if the streamers act like, oh, well, it's just RP. Well, we know it's not just RP. Like, everybody involved knows. You might tell that to your stream so that your viewers start thinking that the other side's actions are not valid and their opinions aren't valid, when in reality, they are very valid. They're just not saying that the valid parts out loud. That's all that really was, right? Listen, Danny, I'm not here to talk about the taco shit. I couldn't give a fuck. I really, truly couldn't give a flying fuck. If you don't believe that if somebody is a part of a group for years and years and years and years, and somebody just wasn't invited into something, there's reasons for it. Just some things are just not really spoken about, right? People can have conversations behind the scenes. They can do whatever. It's, you only get what you are told, and it's not my business. So I really, truly don't care. But there's one thing that I've learned in the RP community for many, many years is the streamers will only plant certain seeds to fit their own narrative, or they'll tell you enough so that they'll guide you to a path that they want you to believe. And then you basically say the things that they want to say, but they won't say it because they know they'll get called out by the other side. It's a lot of manipulation to the viewers. It happens in role play. I mean, guys, you don't know. Like, you really, truly don't. You think you know. You don't know. You don't know. You literally have no idea. The hence if I speak meme. There is a lot of fence sitting. There's a lot of manipulation through viewership. Every word that comes out of these streamers' mouths, outside of the fact when they get caught up in moments and they get angry or whatever, and they may say something that, you know, like, ah, shit, I probably shouldn't have said that. But it's so meticulously planted that you don't even know. You have no idea. Trust me, I know. Right? I've dealt with this, dude. And this ain't even me going against Bloodline here. I've been through it with Changang. I've been on the receiving end. I've been on it with many of these other groups. It's just like I've been on it. This isn't even me taking a shot at them. The viewership think they know. But unless both sides of a story, right, came out. Say for example Jose, right? Say for example Jose just stop being BSK, right? You don't think that there's a reason for that? Do you just think like what? Like I mean, let's just be real here. Like, I'm not going to role play with somebody for years and years and somebody I consider a friend, right? Even if we butt heads or even if whatever, right? Like, this is what friends do. But, like, anyway, it's that side is not my thing, but it's funny when viewers come at me like they know what's going on when I don't think any, including myself, I don't think any of us truly fully know what's going on, right? And if conversations aren't happening behind the scenes, right? If conversations aren't happening, that means that either one side or both sides are avoiding each other, and there's reasons for that. I don't care if YouTube won't like this. I couldn't give a fuck. I'm not even saying anything out of pocket. I'm just telling you guys how the roleplay world works. It's a lot of manipulation. It's a lot of narrative thing. We saw Bloodline do it with us during this war when Ace took Lemon's chain or bracelet. There's a lot of narrative manipulation that goes on so that viewers can do people's bidding and to make certain sides look a certain way while the other sides look a certain way. That's what this is. This is high school, except that I'm no longer a 15-year-old insecure kid. You can't do that shit to me. Go fuck yourself. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gonna make up some narrative-driven story about me? Fuck you, pussy. You think I give a shit? Like, that's the thing. I don't play the high school shit, right? I don't always get it right. I sometimes say things out of pocket. I agree. Sometimes viewers will say shit like, oh, you know, fucking Maximus or Jeff or OT or whatever name you want to give me, saying, oh, you know, he's toxic. Yes, I can be toxic. I absolutely can be toxic. 100%. 100%. But you know when I get toxic? I get toxic when people treat me in a very poor manner. That's when I get toxic. I don't need to take the high ground. Fuck the high ground. Bitch, I'm right here. You want to talk shit? I'm going to talk shit back. You want to insinuate bullshit? Then I'm going to just speak the facts and make it real uncomfortable for everybody around here. I couldn't give a fuck. What are you going to do? You going to report me on the forums? Go for it, pussy. You think I give a shit? You think a 48-hour timeout's going to fucking stop me? If that even happens? You gonna ban me for a week? Oh my God, no! My life's over. Might be for you, not for me. Couldn't care. That stuff don't work against me. It hasn't in years. So just don't talk shit. Don't make stuff up. King Kong ain't got shit on me type speech. No, I'm just saying, man. Like the stuff works against other people. It just don't fly here. That's all. It just doesn't fly here. Hence going OOC with OTT. And there's a lot of stuff I don't say, believe it or not. Like, even I know the lines to not cross, right? I'm very hyper aware. Like, even I know the lines to not cross. And I get close to the line sometimes, for sure. And there's been times where I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that today. But you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is. I don't think rated not being able to play cop has nothing to do with CG and OOC beef. It really doesn't. Guys, I'm going to keep it a buck. If CG really did not want rated on the server, like, can we just say the quiet part out loud, right? If CG really didn't want rated on the server, they would have him deleted. Let's be real. Can we just say that? This ain't law. You can't take them to court. There can be favoritism. If Kevin really felt a certain way, if Shots and Rami all felt, even though, listen, I can't speak for them. They may not like him. I don't know. I actually legitimately don't know. I clearly can see that they don't want to do any related conflict with them. And to be frank, I don't either. But I still will. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll bang with anybody. I don't really give a shit. Just don't break rules against me and we're good, right? But let's just be real here. If you guys truly, if the Bloodline haters really, like the ones that are really hating on Chang Gang, don't you guys think that they have all of the power in the world to just go to Ravage or go above Ravage and say, guys, I'm not playing on your fucking server until this guy's removed? Do you really believe that they couldn't have somebody removed that they don't want removed? Come on, guys. Clearly, they're like, fine. So this like, oh, doing this because of CG shit. Nah, bro, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. At least I believe it ain't that deep. The PR, oh, for fuck's sakes. Why? Because you banned rated? You talking about PR for banning rated? Come on. You can get some angry bloodline or rated stands. That you know what I mean? Like, what's that going to do to the server? What do you think it's going to end the server? Like, come on, guys. You guys just got to get your fucking head out your ass, right? It don't matter who's bringing what viewers to the server, dude. It don't matter. Viewership almost means nothing. You know what? You know what matters is revenue. That's what matters. Prios. That's what matters. That's what matters. That and players. That's it. That's it. Player base, prios. That's the show. Listen, I would love to see Bloodline be around and stick around and do a good job. I would love to see that. And I sincerely mean that. People like, I think it's good. Listen, I have to give some credit where it's due, right? I was preaching for a while that we need new gangs, we need new things. We have that. Bloodline is doing that, right? Gio is out of ESB, you know, he's doing his thing. I have my thoughts about that. But hey, he's over there with Rated, he's doing his thing. It's something new, it's something different, you know. Curtis, Taco, they get more spotlight now that they're over there opposed to in Changang, you know. They're one of the, you know, the front 5 or whatever, or 4 or whatever. So good on them. It's better for their streams likely. You know, I'm all for it. I am all for it, dude. And I sincerely mean that. I just don't like dealing with ego Andys that are going to power game and do dumb shit. If you ain't doing that dumb shit, dude, we're good. We're good. We got 4 gangs now. So many people around him want to join BL for a reason. It's called viewership. List of 5 groups. We've got Changang, BSK, Bloodline, Ballas. We got TNT or TST. I forget that. Fucking Saints 2.0. Who else? Black Rose. PD Gang. Yeah. The Fam. I've never heard of the Fam. I've heard the Firm. I heard that name, last week? The Vagos. I think Vagos is an MC now. Zerdono, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate that. We definitely need more gangs. We definitely need more gangs. There's no doubt about it. Am I going to hold hands? We never hold hands, man. We never hold hands. We never hold hands. Where's the fun in holding hands, man? We might have like allies and stuff that like, you know, we fuck with, but we're not like actively holding hands and helping each other out with jobs and, you know, making a bond and never attack each other. Like we just don't do that shit. Well, we'll bang with anybody, dude. We'll fight with Chang Gang. We will. We've done it. We've done it already. Like we don't care. Like we're not going to go and sign up to go fight some of these like really strong gangs to just do it. But if some shit goes down on the streets, you know, it goes down on the streets. It is what it is. The Indian YouTube hater ever join your Discord? I don't think so. If you're talking about that guy that I keep inviting to the podcast. By the way, we may have our first guest this week. It may be Ollie G. She messaged me the other day. I messaged her back. I'm just trying to get a date and a time. Guys, I'll be honest with y'all. It's a little bit challenging to get people on the podcast. Not because they don't want to. I think they're afraid. I think they're afraid. Oh, shit. I don't think they're afraid of me. I think they might be afraid of what I might pull them into. Shit. Oh, it has nothing to do with the association. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. I'm not going to say much, but I've had a couple of conversations already, and, you know, yeah. Bring Gio on. I'll pass. I'll pass. You know what? A little while ago, I absolutely would have. But his movements and the stuff that he's been saying over this last few weeks, he's lost the plot completely. I actually have zero respect for that goof at all. None. And I don't even think he has the ability to even speak like an adult and admit any type of wrongdoing that he's done at all. And there's him getting on call with me at this point would just be like me scalding him and him coming up with whatever bullshit excuse he can come up with on the fly. I don't think he has the maturity level to actually have a conversation, unfortunately. That's how I really feel. Wish him nothing but the best. I mean, bro, get your money, you know, do your thing. I'm rooting for you on that aspect, but I'm good. Nova is cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about her, to be honest. So yeah, it'd be good to have a conversation and get some opinions. Z, I fucks with Z. Z's a cool guy. You want to know what's crazy, guys? And I feel terrible. This is how disconnected I am. I had no idea that Z was a part of FaZe. It's FaZe, right? Am I getting this right? Is it FaZe? Or is it a different group? Zoo Mafia. Oh, Zuma, not Z. Oh, okay. See, I had no idea. I had no idea that Zuma was FaZe. Dude, I don't know who any, like, I'm such a boomer, dude. I don't watch I don't watch other streamers. I don't even, bro, I follow like 7 people. Like I had no idea. I literally had no clue. I can confirm Zolo will not be on the podcast. Mateo? I could reach out to Mateo. Shots? I haven't asked Shots. I'm sure Shots would. Do I like zucchini? I don't eat it too often. It gives me gas. Southh? Southh would be a good guest. Chris, I think Chris would be good too, because Chris keeps it real as well, and I respect that. Look at this big ass bottle of ketchup. Southh got a chip on his shoulder against Prodigy nowadays. From what I've seen, that might be risky. Risky? How so? Nobody controls my stream but me. I do not have fear of what Prodigy is going to say about what I do on my channel when I'm outside of the server. Zero fucks. Zero. None. I will have on whoever I want to have on. Am I going to allow somebody to come on and just fucking throw shit at somebody without their, I'm not going to allow somebody to come on and just like fucking throw shit at Ravage the whole time and he's not there to defend himself or whatever. But when it comes to a guest, I couldn't give a fuck. Zero. Like who? Like, and I haven't gotten a message from Ravage or anybody else saying, you can do this, but you can't do that, and you can't. Come on now, that's crazy talk. They would never do something like that, right? And I'm like, I'm aware enough to know sort of, what is good and what shouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying? No admins have reached out about the pod. I was on a call with Ravage for 2.5, almost 3 hours on Friday. I talked to Ravage, I wouldn't say all the time. There's probably been a month period over the last little bit where we haven't really said much, but I've talked to Ravage a lot. So if there was a problem, you'd have said something. And trust me, I guarantee you he sees this, or he might not watch the thing, but he knows it exists. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit's on Reddit, shit's whatever. You got the bloodline fucking weirdos trying to manipulate what I'm saying and shit. I see what's going on, bro. Nah, I'm not gonna bring your boy Rated to the podcast. No, I'm good. Yeah, I got the pocket admin, bro. That's it. Did you guys not hear the intro? Yeah, I think Chris would be a good one, actually. I think Chris would be a really good one. Anyway, I know Ollie G is going to come on board. I think Chris is a really good one. I think he has a deep understanding of the political spectrum of role play in general. You guys are trolling, bro. You guys are fucking trolls. You guys are fucking trolls, man. So yeah, so overall, the update, I'm looking forward to it. At face value, I give it a 9 out of 10. We have to wait to see how the implementation is. I know the trailer's coming out either in the next day or so, like this week. I want to say that the update is ready. It's just that they're putting in all of the different rewards. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's do or die time for Prodigy. I think if they fuck this one up, it's GG. I think if they do it right, I think they buy themselves a few extra months before they have to come up with some sort of other update, or until Changang basically either moves on or jumps on the GTA 6 bandwagon. So we'll see. Draco's thoughts? Yeah, Draco's an interesting one. I'm hot and cold with Draco. Like on one side, I respect what Draco. Like I always respect somebody that like forges their own path and doesn't take the easy way. But I also know how Draco plays, and I also know, like I'm conflicted. I don't like dislike the guy, but it's whatever to me. I'd invite him on. Sure, why not? Well, we got to get some people, though. We got to get some people. Some people are nervous. Some people are nervous. All I want to do is when I invite somebody on, I want to have like a specific topic. I want to get to know them a little bit more, their background, their story, how they got into role play, that sort of stuff. What they think about specific parts. And then maybe watch a few clips if there's something there. And if not, that's fine. Just have a conversation. I mean, clearly, depending on who's on and who's more comfortable talking, more directly, I'm always open for that too. Hey, listen, guys, I'm always open as well to have people on, that got something to say about me. You know what I'm saying? If there's somebody out there that's, especially streamer wise, that got a fucking problem, and they want to air it out in public. I mean, I'm always down to do it. I don't want it to be a salt room, but I'm always open for feedback and some sort of constructive criticism. Jamal? Yeah, Jamal's the man. I fucks with Jamal heavy. GP's the man. He would so come on the podcast. That'd be a great guest to have. We could talk about all the times he sniped me in NoPixel to do his scenes. Oh shit. Smooth? Yeah, I'd invite Smooth for sure. I'd invite Whippy, sure. The Lex episode would do numbers. It's a name I haven't heard in a while, to be honest. Lex and Sly. The Sly had a much bigger impact than the Lex one. I wish Lex, the guy who plays Lex, nothing but the best, man. He's a family man. I respect that. Yeah, honestly, I wish him nothing but the best. Even though some fuck shit went on, it's all good. That weird Jose guy. That fucking weird Jose guy, man. Do we have any clips today? Let me see here. Prodigy RP. Let me check out Reddit. Nothing on Reddit. Nothing there. I think it was a pretty quiet weekend. Yeah, there's like no clips to watch. The calm before the update, yeah. I mean, we're still like a week out. We're still like a week out. It's a pretty big update. At least that's what it looks like. I'm pretty excited for it, and that's saying a lot coming from me. Like, I'm usually pretty reserved, and I still am to a degree because I still have to see it implemented. But there will most certainly be lots more to do, and I think once the trailer comes out, I can talk more in depth about like the mechanics and things that are coming. It's a pretty big update. Yeah, I think it's a pretty substantial update. Have I done a listen through people's songs as of late? Thoughts on them? I don't really listen to RP music. I'll be honest. I think a lot of it's pretty fucking bad. I think I may have heard 3 to 5 songs in the history of roleplay music that like I craved to listen to again. Doesn't mean I can't appreciate that. I can't appreciate the fact that people are, making music and stuff like that. Like even some of the songs that I put out is whatever to me. But like, I don't know. Because I think what it is a lot of the RP music, and we can discuss this with Ollie G too. I think it'd be cool topics to have. But I think 98% of the music that goes into roleplay servers are nothing more than half-ass SoundClick music or SoundCloud music that has no business even being in the server because it has nothing to do with roleplay. Right? Like, I always find it more appealing when people are writing music about the server and the characters' experiences, not so much just random songs that just get played in a server. And so because of that, there's only like a handful of I would prefer a half-ass or even bad roleplay song than a competent artist staying on beat with good mix that has nothing to do with roleplay. Like nothing. Like I'd rather have a character do a character song than listen to the streamer. Like I have to listen to some song that like I'll never listen to again and it has nothing to do with the world that I'm in. Like that but again, it doesn't necessarily make them like bad artists. It's not what I signed up for. I was always in the opinion that like if your song is going to be in the server, it should be about the experiences of the character, not just dumping off a whole slew of random ass music. But I am a purist. I'm like a dying breed, right? And because I'm a purist, not only from like a music standpoint, but like from like a role play standpoint, I think that's where a lot of people have problems with me in general. I think that's where streamers and other role players can get irritable or offended or annoyed by me because I'm a purist and I come from a time in roleplay that was very different than what it is now. I refuse to lower my standards in terms of what I think is appropriate to usher in this new wave of role players, because a lot of these role players that I'm role playing with now were fucking 13 years old when I was doing this shit. You know what I mean? Like they were fucking, they didn't even have fucking like they didn't even have fucking hair on their chest yet. Right? And role play has gone into this, like, it's ushered in this arena wave of kids that really aren't there to role play. They're really just there to shoot. And if they can suck the lifeblood and viewership out of a popular streamer and help them win wars, then that's going to be their way in. Viewers turn players. Exactly. They're not here for, and guys, I know I say a lot of this stuff. I'm not even, that's the thing. I never even claimed to be an S tier role player. I'm not, right? I think I can be under the right set of circumstances, but I'm so jaded and I look at every scene in a way that like is probably not healthy, that like I'm like analyzing, I'm like ready for the fucky to happen, you know? And then when I realize fucky isn't happening, I can let my guard down and enjoy the process. But like I am constantly like analyzing every bit of bullshit that goes on all the time. Because when you go through it for so long, you just get used to it. And again, I don't think there's inherently anything wrong with arena people getting into role play as long as they can leave the mentality at the door, right? I mean, what a foreign concept it would be if you would just put your best foot forward in terms of role play, and then you're just really good at shooting when the time came to shoot. But instead, oftentimes their TikTok brain just needs that stimulation all the time. They need to, And then the egos get involved, right? Like it just devolves into whatever. And maybe I'm like I'm a little bit bitter as well because I'm just not that good at shooting. So maybe that's part of it, right? If I'm just being honest and I'm looking inward. If I could bang with the best of them, maybe I wouldn't say as much. You know? I'd still say something, but like it's just a different time. It's just a different time. Oh, I know the crazy sweats. And you don't even see all of it. You don't even see all of it. There's a lot of other stuff that goes on behind the scenes and things that get sent, and you don't even see all of it, man. You really don't. I don't even see all of it. And I see a lot of it. So oh, I know. Trust me, I know, bro. Some of the real arena sweats are crazy. Like, you know, someone like you just smokes me in general, right? And then you've got some of these other guys, right? When you've got full fucking, you know, professional teams, like waking up all in the same fucking, you know, all in the same team, like fighting content creators that are just trying to fucking get through their day. I mean, dude, you lose. The whole, everything just goes away. Like it's no longer about the essence of roleplay anymore. It's just like we're so far removed from reality that it's hard to not be frustrated. Well, the reason why people don't go all in with the music stuff, or at least if they do, they don't do it for too long, is because you're never really rewarded. I'm one of the only few artists, right? And I'm not even a real artist, by the way. All right. I have no musical background. I've taken no formal training. I only make parodies. That's it. Like, I make fun, stupid music. I made music when I was young for fun. I was in a band. It was like a rock hip hop band. But like, I'm not even a real artist, and I don't even claim to be, right? So I always no, don't get it twisted. All right. With that being said, I think I'm the best role play artist to ever be in role play from a music standpoint. Right? Like, call it ego, call it whatever. I have the best catalog. I have the most remembered catalog. I did the best writing. I did the best disses. I did the best of everything. I'm sorry. People can, and the haters can hate, bro. The haters can hate. The numbers prove it. And you got to remember too, I was at my peak when I was at the peak hate. When I was against everybody. You know what stood tall above all the hate and everything? The music. I didn't have the Changang community backing me to go and listen to my songs live on stream. In fact, during that era, many CG, the popular streamers, wouldn't even listen to my music on stream. I did not have the clout machine behind me. It was me, myself, and I. That's it. That's it. All right? There's not a lot of things I big myself up on, but the music, nobody's touching me. Nobody. I don't care. I sincerely, I got the catalog. Nobody's touching that catalog. From an RP standpoint, nobody. There might be better artists, more talented artists. Sure. There's far better singers. You know, you've got P Money, who's an actual artist, right? Okay. But when it comes to actual role play music in the catalog, nobody is touching it. Nobody. Even the biggest haters of mine, whether they want to admit it or not, it's not even close. It's not even close. That's one hill I'm gonna die on. So yes. The reason why most people do not sink their teeth fully into music is because there's no reward in doing so. None. The only real artist, or not even real, I shouldn't say real artist, but the only artist that really kind of got big off of their music was me. And the thing is I already had a community going into NoPixel. It's just the music was the thing that got me discovered in that community, that got me prio, and then I ran with that. I did not do CG songs. I never made any anthems for anybody trying to big up communities and shit. I never did any of that stuff. The only dedicated song that I did was for Blue. So, like, after I heard his passing, like that same day, I recorded a song and then I released that. Outside of that, I never made music. I guess the Vagos, that's true. I'm telling you. I did do I'm telling you for Speedy. So, okay. I guess I will revert what I did. That was like, I think what I'm telling you might have been my third song. But again, I never made my name off of like making songs for communities. I did it all through RP. And even the I'm telling you song was done through RP. It wasn't like just me as a streamer trying to figure out what communities suck up to. And back then, the Vagos community wasn't like this big community, right? That was like back when Speedy and Flippy were running the show. Bitch, don't take my phone. Yeah. So I did that one. And X was like, he was featured on it. But even the one that when X did it, it's not like X went into the studio and did a bunch of stuff. I went into the studio and just recorded a few things that he was saying in character and then spliced everything together to make a song. My very first RP song that I did was Cream Pie. Do you think the time when you were in Wu-Chang helped make you big? Or no, fuck no. Wu-Chang did nothing for me. Nothing. From an OOC standpoint and an in-character standpoint, it did nothing. I wasn't even in Wu-Chang long at all. And that's no shot at Wu-Chang and that sort of stuff. But like, no. I did my own stuff. No, I never got any. I mean, you know, some CG members at different times listen to different songs, but at that point I was already established. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never, you know, no, it just didn't go down like that. It just did not happen the way that it happens for some other people. There's nobody is getting getting big off of you know, or getting their stream blown up off of being an artist in NoPixel or in Prodigy or any of these other servers. But nobody. Yeah, Cop Killer Records. Yeah, well, Young Dab, he was doing the parody stuff, right? And then OTT, I got whitelisted. And then I created Cream Pie, which was the very first like Cop Killer Records track. But I mean, even back then, like, I was already an established streamer back then. I wasn't one of these new streamers that like came into roleplay and had no community. Like I was already, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I wasn't at my peak, like my League of Legends days or something, right? Like I wasn't at my peak, but like, you know, I probably was averaging back then, I don't even know, maybe like 500 to 700 viewers when I first came in. Might have been a little bit less some days, but that was probably my average. And then, you know, as I started getting closer with some of the other role players, numbers started kind of picking up a little bit. Yeah. And then, yeah, it's been a grind since then. Little Earth's music and roleplay. I think it's fun. I think Little Earth is like the perfect persona for Andy. Yeah, I think it's fun. But yeah, to get back to it, and we can talk about this again more with Ollie, is the reason why you don't see much music is because it's time consuming. So you gotta write a song. You gotta, like, unless you're using AI and shit. I mean, I don't know what these artists are doing these days, but like you gotta get a beat, write a song, record it, edit, master it, whatever, and put it into the server for what? For half a dozen people to listen to it. You know, for me, I know if I release a song, I know that a bunch of you guys are going to enjoy it. You guys are going to support it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it makes a little bit more sense. But if I ain't got nothing to really write about, it's hard for me to want to release something that I know is kind of like slapped together and half-ass. Like, I need something to draw from in order for me to write these songs. Well, they asked, well, actually, I asked them. I asked them when the trailer was coming out because, you know, if it's coming out in a little bit, I'd like to do a song for it. And Ravage was all on board. The problem is they needed the song done for today. And there's just no way. Like yesterday, Sunday, I knew I had to do the poker event. And then I had something else I had to do right after that. So my only day that I could have done the song would have been Saturday. And I found out about this Friday night. I even went and found beats. There was 2 beats. There was this beat. So I was trying to think, like, okay, what would be a good beat for a trailer, sort of the opening, like Prodigy, you know, 5.0 gang, and then, you know, it's showing things.
Black Rose.
Yes. So yeah, is that beat, and then I had this one too. I just like this beat in general. I just like this beat. I don't know if it's a good trailer beat. It's not a good trailer beat, but I do like this beat. I heard it last night or Saturday.
Black Rose.
I don't know. I fucks with it. It's funky. But yeah. So anyway, they were down. It was just too late notice. So yeah. If they told me, like, if I got a message today and they're like, "Yo, the trailer's coming out on Friday," I could get it done for sure. And I don't have to do like even a full song, right? I could have just done like 2 minutes. Because I think for a trailer, it's really all about the bridge and the hook. You know, you might get like one verse and then a bridge and then a hook, or one verse, a hook, a bridge, a hook is good enough for like a trailer. Are we selling houses and houses? Yeah. Well, I had a theme. Because there's a theme for the there's one major part of the gang update. That I already kind of knew where I was going with it. So it wouldn't be like, you know, I wouldn't be rapping about the specific things in the update, but there is one large overarching theme that I would have kind of hammered. You know what I'm saying? There is one part of this update, I will say, though, guys. There is one part of the update that, you know, everyone's going to be like, oh, no. But don't worry. I shouldn't say don't worry, because, like, I'm still like, even I'm like, oh, God, no, please, God. But the way things were explained, you know, we're okay. That's all I'm going to say. Outside of that, there's a couple of things in particular that I think when you guys see it, you're going to be like, "Oh shit, they're doing it." Right? Here we go. That's about as much as I can say. It looks good. It looks really good. And there's one specific item or thing that you can get into your house that when I was told about it, I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking cool. I don't think the trailer is going to be out today. I'm sure they would have announced it. It might be out tomorrow, or, you know, it's going to be early this week, because I was told that I would have needed to have a song ready for today. So I'm assuming if it would be ready for today, then maybe tomorrow the trailer will be out. Oh, no update today. No. I think the update's going to happen next Monday. I haven't been given a date for sure, but I'm hearing through the grapevine. The update is ready. It's just they need to finish putting in all of the rewards. But I think I'm going to be playing in the dev server this week to test out some of the mechanics and to give some feedback. So, you know, if that happens, great. Monday, you'll believe it when you see it. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I did see it, so it is coming. I think they realize how important this update is, too, so I think they really want to take their time with it. I even told them, I said, like, if you need a whole nother week, like, I think you should take it. It's like, you got time anyway, right? Like, at this point, an extra week is not going to make or break anything. Just make sure you get it right. Because the last thing you want to do is have the big gang update and then it just be an absolute mess. Like, you just can't afford to make that mistake. I'm sure there'll be some bugs and some tweaking that'll need to happen. That's normal. But you do not want to just... You got one shot at this. I feel like they're hoping some gangs come over from NoPixel so they're going to get an invite to pay. No, they're not coming over here, bro. There ain't no gangs jumping from NoPixel to Prodigy, dude. It's just not happening. How's the real estate RP going for you this wipe? How long you plan on doing it for? I mean, it's going pretty terribly, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, Leah has basically got a monopoly on the entire thing, which, okay, cool. She does a good job with the role play, so by all means, have at it. The housing system is pretty dumb. I don't agree with the way they did housing at all. And, yeah, there's barely any houses in the city. I think the housing app is completely cooked. Even after this update, I still think it's rough and convoluted. There is no housing role play. There just isn't. There just isn't. There is for Leah, because she was first to market and everybody needed an apartment. She was the one that was able to give them out. And so she's got a ton of tenants or, you know, leases out. But it's hard to role play around things that don't exist. I don't know why they're taking forever to get people's houses. My guess is they have to individually go in and do each house. And they're I would imagine that their resources are stretched so thin. Like, they're crunching to get this gang update out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's a reason why the gang, again, I don't have any insider information on this part, but I think there's a reason why gang houses are being pushed out and not really much of anything else, is because the gang update's coming and you'll be able to put things in your gang house. And so I think they need to just focus on that. I just think they overcooked, and I think they reinvented the wheel on things that didn't need to be reinvented. How come I'm on Prodigy and not somewhere else? The short answer is a lot of my friends play on Prodigy. There's viewership for Prodigy. Those are the main ones. Those are pretty much the two main things, right? Is my friends are there and there's viewership. That's pretty much the two main reasons. Chase RP, it's not the type of role play for me, but I do wish them all the best, sincerely. The only servers that I could ever see myself playing on is Prodigy, Prestige, and NoPixel. Those are the three servers that I could that honestly are the only servers that I would even consider playing on. And I wouldn't consider playing on Prestige unless my friends were over there. You know, and NoPixel. If and when I get an invite, I'll check it out. But I don't suspect getting an invite for a while because they're going to do this beta thing. And to be frank, I think that there's people on NoPixel right now that should get the nod before myself anyway. So I'm in, like, it doesn't. And again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. If I never got an invite, it's okay. I don't think that's going to be the case by any means, but it's okay. I'll be okay. But it would be nice. It would be nice to go and go and check out something that's like fresh and new. And it's always nice to go back and role play around people that you haven't role played around for a long time. No, I haven't heard anything about an enhanced edition for Prodigy. No. Yeah, it is. It's always nice to see some old faces, and people in NoPixel fuck with me anyway. It's not like there's bad blood over there or some shit. The majority of the variety will enjoy it for a couple months, then vanish. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even here to really speculate on what NoPixel is doing. I was thrown for a loop when they said that they were going to do a beta test. And that the first set of invites are going to allow people to be on, but the ones that haven't got an invite yet will be able to be on in the future. They didn't say when. It is odd that there are quite a few people that haven't touched even roleplay, like let alone being on a different server, that haven't touched roleplay in a long time, that was invited to go and play on that for the first time. And then I've heard things, and again, I don't know. I'm only going by what I see and what I've heard. I've also heard that the cards were done randomly. Like they just randomly picked names. But it's hard to believe that the names were randomly picked if there's only so many people that are invited to play the beta. And if you have, say, 500 people in total, you know, maybe there cannot be a cap of 250 or 300. So maybe there's only going to be like 128 people on the server at once, or maybe 64. I actually have no idea how they're going to do it. Then again, they may have actually done it random invites and then changed sort of towards here at the finishing line to invite only. The invites were not random, but the order was random, I think. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Buddha said they'll funnel people in gradually to prevent a full server meltdown from the start. NoPixel 5 isn't 5M, so likely beta for the new Rome framework. Yeah, well, then that makes sense, right? That does make sense. Well, not only that, I think, too, if you blitz out too much all at once, I think the hype will die off quicker. I think if you do invite people like in chunks, then you can keep the server full. So like if you have 128 people or even 64 people, you can kind of keep that demand going, opposed to having everybody go there, try it out, kind of get bored or move on, and then you have a hard time keeping it full. But then again, we have no idea what their deal is with Rockstar. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe Rockstar is paying NoPixel, right? Like, maybe, and again, I'm speculating, but maybe Rockstar is giving NoPixel X amount of dollars a year to be on their launcher or whatever, and then NoPixel does not have to worry about selling Prio, and they can just focus on creating a good roleplay server, right? I don't know. Could not tell you. Like maybe that alleviates a lot of the financial strain that running a server entails, but nobody really knows, right? Who knows? I mean, there's some big successful people behind NoPixel, so I don't really think money is, obviously it's a motivator, but I don't think that's necessarily the 100% the driving factor, especially since some of the streamers are the ones that own NoPixel, right? And even if they can create a server where they can, keep their job and keep relevancy, I mean, that in and itself will pay enough, opposed to having to worry about having a profitable server. But again, I have no idea their structure. Couldn't tell you. I just like thinking about it from like a business standpoint wise. It's interesting. Doesn't it suck for people who come in like 4 weeks later in terms of progress, etc.? I mean, yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it's like yes, but no at the same time. Like, I don't think people really care all that much, dude. I really don't think. I think at this point, people are just more anxious. I think people are just more anxious to get an invite and be part of the crowd. And, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to miss out on that first initial hype boom. And there's going to be a lot of people that play there that are going to feel very uneasy about their future if they're not invited. And clearly NoPixel 4.0 is going to take a massive hit once 5.0 comes out. So what is already a low capped server in terms of like where they used to be is going to go down even further. Now, with that being said, if it's on the Rockstar launcher, they may create something where people can apply to get whitelisted, and then those people get whitelisted to go to 4.0, and then they got to prove themselves on 4.0 before they can earn a whitelist to 5.0 on the Rockstar launcher. So perhaps that's where they'll get a new wave of people that necessarily don't RP or know much about RP through the Rockstar launcher, and then they'll get reverted to go to NoPixel 4.0 and apply there. Can't see the player base will be for 4.0. It'll be smaller for sure unless they open up like they get a huge influx of people through the Rockstar launcher. But again, I don't know. It's very, I have no idea what's going to happen. Usually I'm pretty confident in the things I say. This part, I really, truly don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Could not tell you. All we can do is speculate. It's interesting though. It's really weird to sort of not be on the. It's weird to not be part of the conversation though for the first time, right? Because I've been part of like almost every NoPixel update and whatnot. It does feel a little strange, that's for sure. And it must feel even more strange for the ones that have been grinding out on NoPixel for the last, year and a half and whatnot, when shit hasn't been, what it used to be. And then they're not, they're unknown about what's going to happen, right? But I get it. I get it from a marketing standpoint. I get that they're going to invite a lot of, variety streamers. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business, right? And it's a marketing thing. You want to get in front of as many eyeballs as possible all at the same time. So I totally understand. Yeah, I mean, what are the odds that NoPixel 5 is a spectacular failure? I think that's very slim. But I also don't know what a very successful benchmark is for them. Right? Like I don't know. I don't think anybody knows, because we don't know exactly what their model is. We don't know the type of partnership they have with Rockstar. We don't know if they're getting funding from Rockstar. They may even have free dev work from Rockstar, right? Like, there might be people that work for Rockstar that are developing for 5.0. I have no idea. Right? So I'm confident in saying that their benchmark for success is going to be different than any other server, with the fact that they're working alongside Rockstar on a Rockstar launcher, and they have their own dedicated, client or whatever they're using. So I would imagine that things are different, and it's hard to judge what success is for them. Only they really know that, unless they share it publicly, which I doubt they will. Especially if it's with Rockstar. You get so many NDAs. Oh, they did say they have devs from Rockstar working on it, but don't know how deep it goes. Yeah. See, I have no idea. Nobody does. So. Well, the thing is I think once you're on Rockstar, you've kind of solidified yourself. And I think if anything, it's their foot in the door, so that they're first to market when it comes to NoPixel 6.0 or whatever for a GTA 6, right? So one way or another, they're going to be ahead of all these other English-speaking servers, really any other server, simply from the fact that they are with Rockstar directly. The other question is Rockstar going to be working with other servers? We don't know any of this stuff. Does Rockstar have contracts and NDAs with other servers? Who knows? Will NoPixel be the only official roleplay server forever, amen, that Rockstar works with? I doubt it, but it's possible. Because if this is just the first and NoPixel is the beta, to test out this, are they going to be moving other established servers onto the launcher as well? If that's the case, it changes the equation quite a bit. It might not happen right away, but what's going to happen in 3 months, 6 months, a year? What's going to happen when GTA 6 for PC Online happens? To think that NoPixel will be the only operator for a multi-bagillion-dollar company that is trying to foster in as many people as possible, it's hard to believe. But being first to market is also a very powerful thing, because now everybody, they're the OGs. They're the ones, they're the standard, you know? So there's clearly it's good one way or another. Thought Prodigy has deal Rockstar. Who knows, right? Like, who knows what kind of deal is it? Is it a full-blown deal? Is it like, hey, we'll give you access to this so that you can prepare for that or whatever, right? We don't know. The only thing that we know is NoPixel is actually, Rockstar is not talking about Prodigy and Loaded. They're not talking about Prestige or Chase or any of these other servers. They only have NoPixel in their mouths, which is great for NoPixel, right? So we have no idea. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the thing is the RP space, like the English-speaking roleplay community, is actually quite small. I know we're like in our own bubble, but like the GTA Online community in general is so much bigger than RP space, and it's infinitely bigger than the English speaking. The English speaking RP scene is one of the smaller speaking RP scenes. It just so happens that like we're in our own bubble. It's fucking small. Like I think people think that we're bigger than what we are. We're fucking peanuts. We're small potatoes. We're a fucking speck of sand on an island that is covered in sand. We are so small. We do not move the needle at all. Like, not even a little bit. If GTA RP got Control-Alt-Deleted, every language, everything, like it never existed, it doesn't change any of the success that Grand Theft Auto 5 has. None of it. None. The only ones that are getting rich off GTA RP are the RP streamers. Rockstar ain't getting rich off GTA RP. They just aren't. They're getting rich off GTA Online. It just so happens that RP is a small segment within that. It's so small. It's like playing StarCraft 2, right? StarCraft 2 in general in the esports space is quite small now, right? But then the English RP side of it is almost like playing 2v2s in StarCraft, which is even smaller than the small. That's where we're at. We're fucking nothing, dude. The streamers are making more money. The English-speaking streamers are making more money off of GTA RP than what Rockstar is making off of GTA RP. Full stop. Don't you get it twisted. When GTA 6 comes out, Rockstar is taking a piece of that pie. 100%. They are going to charge every single person to play online. And there might even, if they have their own launcher, you're going to be paying a monthly fee to even fucking boot up into this bitch. I can guarantee it. There's no doubt about it. In-game purchases, all this shit. bro, they're at this point, they're going to say, all right, you know what? We didn't capitalize on all this stuff that's been going on in GTA 5, but we're going to make it the gold standard. And in GTA 6, we're getting a chunk of everything. Everything. Do people pay Rockstar to host their servers? I don't think anybody's paying anybody, Rockstar, any money, but I think that's going to change. I think that Rockstar is going to make it so that if you want to play, that's why they bought 5M. They see how many millions and millions of dollars that these server owners and these streamers are making, and they want a piece of the pie. And what better way to do it than to invite the biggest players into the fold and get them on board, right? Offer them all of the things that they need to help build some stuff out so then they can put their paws on everything. If you think that the role play community is going to be the same as it is now as what it will be in the future, you're fucking brain dead. There's going to be more money involved, and there's going to be an overlord and more scrutiny. The copyright stuff, the types of, like, it's going to be more. We get excited, but there's going to be more restrictions. There's going to be more like things put in place, because now when you are officially doing this alongside Rockstar, now you're representing basically the company. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're attached to the name. And I understand we're playing GTA, so there's clearly a lot of leeway that's going to be given, but there's going to be some things that you just cannot do anymore. I can guarantee it. Server owners have to pay for their CFX subscription. It's like $50 a month at the top package. There you go, right? So Rockstar is going to be, they're going to be like, you know what? I want, 30% or 20% or whatever the case may be. I want all that. I want a piece of that. I want a piece of that pie. Yeah. What do you want? What's going on?
I have to run to the store. Do you want a chicken on my way?
Yeah, please.
And should I get you some more water?
Yeah, please. Okay. Thanks.
What do you want?
What do you want? Here, take that. Thanks. Yeah. So they're Rockstar. Rockstar is a multi-bagillion-dollar company. They're about that bread. They ain't getting into this out of the goodness of their hearts. You know what I'm saying? They're doing this to make money. And I'm sure that there is some goodness of their hearts that are being poured into this, for sure. But like, their end goal here is to make money. These companies don't do things for charity. I mean, they do charity, you know what I'm saying? But they're not just going to go out and give off resources and hire people to go and speak and do things and help people out of just like, you know what? Hey, go make as much money off our backs as you can, and we want nothing out of it. It's just not how business works, especially corporate business. Oh yeah, the amount of money they're going to make is some next level shit. It's some next level shit. All of the money that they put into marketing and development, they're going to make back in the first 6 months. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what NoPixel does. I'm rooting for them. Yeah, I really truly am rooting for them. Hopefully the launch goes smoothly. I'll definitely be tuning in to check it out. That's for sure. How it's going to be different? I don't think it's going to be that different. I think the map might look a little different. I think mechanically, you know, there's going to be some new quality of life updates. You know, graphically, it's going to look better. But I don't think, guys, it's going to be. Can we just say the quiet part out loud here? All right, maybe some people have already said it. It's going to be the same people playing the same characters with the same groups, complaining about the same things. That's what it's going to be. Right? I don't want to undermine it. We're excited. We want it, but like, how much is really going to change? You can make the game look all different in the world, but if you got the same players that bring the same communities that do the same things with the same people, same, you're going to get the same results. Everybody puts their best foot forward for the first month or two, and then people start to get, you know, comfortable. And then it goes back to what it was before. How can it be that much different? I'd love to be proven wrong, and it doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. But it's GTA RP. Like, what are you expecting at this point? If this was GTA 6, yeah, it'd feel very different. Very, very different. But, I mean, we're still playing GTA 5. Well, nobody's willing to change at this point because they have no reason to change. There's no benefit to change. Everybody is holding on for dear life for their small piece of the pie that they currently have. Any changes from that, you risk completely losing out and being irrelevant. The only changes that you're going to see from people are people that are going to jump from one clout machine to the next. That's it. That's the show. There's no other reason to do anything different. You can't afford to take the chance. I'm flying back into the city now. The laughs. The drama. The ERP. Some people say it's just RP, but we all know it isn't. I've gotten so many people banned. I'm a bona fide admin. Whether you like me, love me, or hate the king, you know I speak the truth. This is where we say the quiet parts out loud. This is Going OOC with OTT.